Okay, so hi. Um, Today I'm making a video because I'm part of this text chain and it says to like think of three different people that you're close to and put their pictures up around your home and also write 5 reasons that you're grateful for them or that they're a blessing in your life. I can't remember exactly how it's said, but it says to do that. And then how they're a blessing. And I was like, oh, who would I choose? And like, how would I get pictures of these people? I was like, I'm gonna have to make like a collage. I'm gonna have to like find my pictures friends online and make a collage and and like put it as my screensaver or something. I haven't done it, and I was like, well, who do I already have pictures of? And I was like, I have printed pictures of like family. And I was like, okay, like I could do some family. And I was like, I've talked about this in other videos before, but like I used to not like my mom at all. And I have pictures of her. And then like, as I got older, I was like, I need to make peace with my mom. She's not being around forever. And my mom passed away. And then, or she died. And then, I've had experiences where I like made amends to her and I was like, oh, how is it actually that like, her path that I used to judge so much has actually served me and brought me to a place of more love and awareness on like my own path. And anyway, so I just decided to say like, how was it a blessing that my mom was my mom? That like my mom was my mom, not just that like, I had a mom and she did all these things, but that like I was put into my mom's life so that she could be a blessing for me. And so, and I've also had some things happen recently that are just very like synchronistic, and I don't think about my mom all of the time. But I had this thing happen where I was thinking about her and I was in this space, and one of her friends came into that space and I was like, I know that person. Like, I know who that is. And I know that person through my mom. I haven't seen them in over 10 years and I remember their name and everything. It was amazing, actually. And then the next day, I not the next day, 2 days later, I like told someone about it and we're like walking. We end up walking in this cemetery. And there's this big tombstone that's like taller than I am, like just a little bit taller than me, and it has my mom's last name on it. I was like, wow. So just little things like that. Anyways, I'm gonna show a picture of my mom. A lot of people say that I look a lot like her. I used to be really mad about that, but if you think I look a lot like her, that's cool. Yeah, so that's my mom. I have that necklace. I have that ring. I inherited it from her. Anyway, I'm not going to show the pictures of the other two people that I was thinking of today just because they're still around. And anyway, so I want to talk about 5 ways that it was a blessing that my mom is my mom. Or that I got the mom that I got, or whatever. However you want to think about that. So I haven't prepared this. I didn't write it first. Yeah, I might cry. I also might not. So one of the ways that it was a blessing that I had the mom that I had was because I got to, from a very early age, have a higher power of my own understanding. And that's because of what my mom helped me with and exposed me to. I didn't have to go through a religion I didn't agree with, or grapple a whole lot. Like, I got to have my own higher power of my own understanding from the very beginning. Well, I guess since I was like 5.5 or something. I got to grow up with that, and that's really cool. Another way that it was a blessing that I had the mom that I had was that she really did love me unconditionally, and she was really proud of me. Sorry, my brain is like, well, here's ways that all this stuff, you know, but she was really proud of me, and it was almost like I could do no wrong in her eyes. So that actually is like really sweet blessing, you know. A lot of parents are like, you can do so much wrong, and everything I did, she just thought, you know, the sunshine came out in my butt, and it does. I'm just kidding, but I am a little bit sunshiny sometimes. And so that's two. Another way that it was a blessing to have my mom. I don't know why I feel like crying. Sometimes when I'm like making a video, if I feel like crying, I'm like, no, it's just for show. And like, you know, all the committee starts going off in my head. But I guess it's okay if I cry. I'm just going to give myself permission to cry if that happens. Which is really interesting because when my mom passed away, I didn't really cry a lot. I cried like twice. And since then I've cried maybe 3 more times. But those were like of gratitude, tears of gratitude, I think. Another way that it was a blessing that I had the exact mom that I had was because she was very resourceful, and she could like locate things, like find free programs that were really cool, like not just like a free program, but like this free program that offers like tap dancing and this and that, and you can try ballet if you want, and learn how to build a box, and like, you know, stuff like that. And that she let me like pursue theater stuff when I was younger. I stopped when I was like maybe starting middle school, but before that I you know, she let me do like junior theater camp, and I got to put like black eye makeup on my dad, and like it's just like a memory that I have of him picking me. Like, I did black eye makeup on him, and then he picked me up and took me to daycare to pick up my other brothers or something, and so that was fun. But that she like allowed me to do that, you know. And was that number 4? Or was that number 3? I don't know. I guess I'll just do 2 more. So another way that having my mom, my particular mom, was a blessing. This is hard. Maybe that like she had the courage to leave my dad, who I really love, but also is like very conservative. Not very conservative. He used to be a lot more conservative when we were younger, but he, he was a lot more conservative, and my mom wasn't. And I'm just really grateful that, like, even though when I was younger, I used to be like, why couldn't my parents be together? And like, now that I'm older, I see certain things that, like ways that it affects me, but like, I'm so grateful that like I got to be around my mom more, who just kind of let me explore in a way that if I had been around my dad, I don't think that I would have gotten to. I would, I think I would have had a lot more identity crises now, or whatever, like she just let me look in a way that I don't think my dad would have, I'm also really grateful for my dad in so many ways, and he's such a huge blessing in my life as well. And another way that having the exact mom that I have, is a blessing in my life, is because she was willing. Both of my parents were willing to have an amicable relationship with one another, even though they weren't together. They both were, but like also it takes two. And I'm just really grateful that my mom and my dad, like, they wanted to work together, and that she like really wanted me. She wanted all of us, she really wanted all of us. And yeah. So I guess that